the season's back on track?
Yeah, I suppose it's good to get a couple of wins on the board. Probably a bit of a slow start for us throughout the year, the first half of the season. So it was good to get a little bit of reward for effort. The boys have been putting in a fair bit of effort over the last probably 3 weeks, 4 weeks. So as I said, yeah, it's good reward for effort, and look to carry that on the second half of the year.
They weren't just wins though; they were big wins against good opposition.
They were. The Crows and Saints are fantastic football teams, and I suppose the groups had a bit of self-belief there, but to be able to put that out onto the ground and show each other that we can do it is a good couple of steps forward, I think, and hopefully we can take that on, as I said, into the second half of the year.
What changed?
I think, yeah, the boys, obviously against Hawthorn we got beaten by 115 points. That's not where we want to be as a team, and I think that's not what we want to stand for. So we understood that we needed to improve, and I think that the coaches did a good job in pointing out areas that we needed to improve, and I think the boys took that to the nth degree and started to play for each other, which was good.
Was that sort of a tipping point? Was that when you really sat down and had a good chat and a good look at league work?
Probably a few weeks before that. Probably the first half of the year we allowed sides to when we probably were on top of sides, for them to come back and sort of get back in the game, and we thought that was a bit of an area for improvement. So I think against Hawthorn we got belted and probably wasn't great, but yeah, sitting down after that game, it was a good chance to have the bye the next week and train really hard and yeah, try to get a season back on track.
Just mentally, when you say you started playing for each other, did you have any meetings or soul searching type stuff where you looked at each other in the eye and sort of worked that out?
No, not really. I mean, the boys weren't happy with what got dished up that day against Hawthorn, and I think that not much needed to be said, to tell the truth, and that yeah, we just really needed to go out there and play the way that we know we can play for each other, and yeah, and get the results.
Do you start thinking about finals now?
Look, we just think about that each week at a time, and this week we got West Coast. It's a great opportunity to play one of the top teams in the competition down in Hobart, and I think the boys are really looking forward to that.
You have raised expectations there, haven't you? And I guess teams are going to be saying, wow, they did pretty well on the weekend before. How do you sort of match that after maybe a pretty decent start and then falling away as well?
Yeah, look, I think as I said, it's about playing consistent football week in, week out. No matter who you play, whether you play first on the ladder or 18th on the ladder, in this competition we're in, it's cutthroat, and anyone can beat anyone on their day. So I think it's really important that we focus on making sure that every game we roll out to is one of our best performances, and carrying on the form that we've created in the last couple of weeks.
What do you make of West Coast, Jack? Playing great footy.
They are. They're a fantastic side. Over the last couple of years, they've improved out of sight, and they contested footy and the way that they spread from stoppages and stuff is probably one of their strengths. So it's going to be a great opportunity for us to be able to come up against a top 4 side down in Hobart and really see what we're up against and try and see where we're at.
Do you feel there is, I guess, an element of something to prove there, in a sense? Because if you can knock these guys over, well, you're serious then.
Yeah, well, I think every week there's something to prove when you play an AFL game of footy. So, like the last couple of weeks, we just got to go out there and control what we can, do what we can to try and win the game, and make sure that we've got 4 quarters of consistent football. And if we do that, then hopefully the result will take care of itself. But we'll see how we go.
It was a really physical clash yesterday. Did you sort of go out there, and I'm going to make this a really long question so that the plane can go overhead. Did you go out there and sort of decide that you're going to put the bodies on the line and take it up to them physically as well? Yeah,
I think that when we play our best football, that's what we do, is win the contested footy and put the body on the line. So I think over the last few weeks we've been doing that, and the results have been going our way. So it's pretty important for the guys in our team to have the confidence to be able to do that, and I think over the last few weeks we've given them that, and they've taken a lot of confidence out of it.
Was there any extra feeling in the game yesterday, Jack? I know that last year obviously there was the incident where you bumped Nick Rewalt, and I think Brendan Goddard had a few comments to say after that. Was there any extra feeling because of that?
No, I think that in every week there's feeling in the AFL, because you don't like to play against anyone, especially when there's 4 points up for grabs. But look, yeah, we were out there to get the 4 points on the weekend, and I think that the way we went about it was good, and we got the 4 points in the end, so it was good.
What about your own body? I mean, you seem to have been a bit sore at stages, perhaps the back. I think a corked, I think Brad was saying a corked or bruised shoulder against the Crows. How are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, feeling really good. All that settled nicely, so yeah, just looking forward to being out on the track each week and trying to get all the work under my belt and give myself the best opportunity on the weekend, which has been good.
Frito's tackle on Sard, I think it was in the first quarter, it was pretty amazing stuff.
It was good, wasn't it? We joke a bit that Spud's not that quick, but he almost looked quick then. But no, that's inspirational stuff, and I think there was probably 3 or 4 tackles throughout the game. Boomer Harvey had one, J-Mac had one, Jamie McMillan, and I think Kieran Huffman might have one as well. So it was good to see that the boys never give up on the chase and are never out of the contest. So it's really team lifting stuff.
And what about Harvey's goal?
Yeah, Boomer. Yeah, no, he's a freak, isn't he? He hasn't lost anything, so it's good that he can keep playing his role for the team and slot one of them every week. It'd be nice.
Playing West Coast down in Tassie, we were just talking before. Do you see that as an advantage? You don't have to go there. Maybe not in Melbourne. Do you see it as an advantage?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Blundstone Stadium, we've been down there once and had a good win against GWS earlier in the year. I don't think West Coast have played there before, so in a way you could probably say it's going to be a little bit of an advantage. But, I mean, last time we were down there, the crowd capacity, I think, is 13,000, and there was probably 11,000 North Melbourne supporters there, and it was a sea of blue and white. So hopefully this week can be the same and get a bit of an advantage in that way as well.
Plenty of good stories out of yesterday's game, but I guess Lindsay Thomas sort of sorting out the goal shooting situation a little bit better, and the boys really got around him when he kicked his second later in the game.
Yeah, Lindsay's been working really hard over the last few weeks about getting opportunities at kicking goals, and I think he's been doing that really well. I think he had 5 shots last week and close to the same this week, and he's been working really hard on his goal kicking as well, as all our forwards have. So it's good reward for effort for him and Lockie Hansen as well, who come into the side and made a real impact this week, and Drewy as well, playing his role up there. So I think we've got a good mix up forward, and it's a little bit dangerous up there. So yeah, I mean, reward for effort is probably the word that comes to mind with Linz.
Do you feel like you've got the team and the game plan to give it a shake in September?
Yeah, as I said before, I think that the boys are really confident in what they can do, but we're just going to take it 1 week at a time and focus 6 days ahead, which is Saturday this week, and making sure that against West Coast we bring what we need to bring to get the result, and hopefully we can do that.
Jack, you've got 3 sides, I think, just below you on the ladder who you play in the run home. Is there a sense that your destiny is still in your own hands, and I imagine you probably enjoy that fact?
Yeah, I mean, to tell you the truth, it probably doesn't matter who you got to play in the run home. If you play good sides, you know you can mix it and get the results. But playing the old 8-point games is pretty handy when this year the competition's so tight on the ladder. And I think that we've got a good opportunity on the run home to pinch a couple more wins, and hopefully we can do that. And you never know what might happen.